really going to be prioritized by any of the teams in the first phase. Heck, we might even, we might even actually see it ignored completely in the draft for game number 2. Joy is a bit of a gimmick hero. That's what I call her, right? Because it's all about just distracting the enemy team. Anyways, though, I do want to talk a little bit about this XP lane or just Blacklist International's draft, because in a lot of their drafts here, we usually see that Fredrin is used as a flex pick. Not for Blacklist, though. Every single time the Fredrin is picked up by Blacklist, well, not every single time, but 90% of the time, it's jungle, right? Yeah. They always want a playmaker on Edward. That's the reason you're still seeing that Lapu ban here, the respect being given out, and also the Claude ban. They want to get rid of a hero that can blink out of the Detonus Welcome, can blink out of the real pure engage from the glue, and even from the poke that's coming in from the far side.
But I still like the way that Blacklist are drafting, because we've discussed that the way that they're going to win is through OHEB as well as AdWords. So now that they've seen at least 80% of the draft coming in from Echo, now they should have enough information to really understand what kind of heroes they should get, because if OHEB and Edward loses lane, they're going to lose priority in the jungle or the riverside, and that's really going to impact how Blacklist plays. So this last 2 picks will really impact, because at least now they see the Brody. What do you want to use against the Brody?
They still need to put
Matrix?
Yes, but they also still need to put a hero on Agent Zero, and that might be the key. Benedetta's still open here, but it looks like Echo has an answer. Oh, no, there you go. We mentioned the Joy.
And
they left it open.
It's the Franco from Yaoi too. I love it, right? Again, we mentioned about the Joy. More of a distraction than a prio pick, right?
Yes.
But it is a good pick here. Noticing that Blacklist International, they're going to have that back line really targeted down by Echo. So what the Joy is going to do here is to create space by being that annoying hero in the enemy back line. Thing is, though, Echo waited for this. They knew it was coming, right? It was either they went for a Kufra pick, a Cho pick, or they see the Joy, instantly they go for the Franco, they can lock the Joy down.
Yeah, but given that Cho is banned out, Echo had the ball in their court. It was their shot to make. You mentioned the Kufra. Yaoi had a lot of
crazy games on the Kufra.
Chance to play that, but instead they go for the Franco. A game lost be damned, but we don't care about it going into the Valentina. We don't care if Haji gets it. And looking at it, is it going to the hands of Valentina? Yes, of course, yes, Haji, because again, there's a Fredrin. That's definitely Wise's hero.
Yeah, I'm just going to say we're going into game number 2. Blacklist International going up against Echo. And what I wanted to say was that Echo picked up the most banned hero of Blacklist International. They keep banning out this Franco. So now Franco in the hands of Echo. This might be a bad game for Blacklist.
Yep, and the reason why is because it breaks the Ube. You don't get to engage on your terms. And in the hands of the playmaker, Yaoi, it's going to be a great way to, again, either set up a box that Blacklist is not comfortable with, or break whatever Blacklist is trying to do.
And this is a similar approach to, again, what RRQ did against Echo yesterday, right? They picked up that Franco, but unfortunately for RRQ, they didn't have anything to build around the Franco. Meanwhile here, I was questioning the Brody pick earlier on. I was like, what? Brody into Lolita? Then you see the Franco and you're like, there you go. That's what it was for. You hook the opponent away, and what's the Lolita gonna do, right? Sure, she can actually jump in, flicker maybe to get that shielding down, but it's a bit too risky, and if Venus is on the receiving end of the hook, it's gonna be a lot to deal with here, and Venus right now is gonna be caught. Yaoi gonna throw the iron hook. Good dodge by Venus.
Yeah, looking at this game, Blacklist International, I would say after the group stages, this Franco is a nightmare for them, because it is the reason why they've lost. So now we got to see their evolved form. Have they been able to find a way to fight against this Franco? Right now, looking at the lanes, not a lot is going on. Wise goes down to fight against Sanford, but I don't think they can secure a kill here.
Too sustainable, gets out of that one. Wise is level 4, Carl TZ as well. Both of these junglers clearing very, very fast. In the end, it's Hachi who actually steals the gold buff away.
Yep, looking at a potential 3v3, 4v4 down bottom as they both jockey for position, finding a good pull for this Lord. And it looks like Echo is the one first on the scene. Carl TZ whacking away. Oh, there's a ult!
Yeah, Sanford zoning very, very well here with a split as well. Bringing Wise away. Numenov Blast can be charged in. On to Carl TZ, but no! It's Yaoi who finds the Iron Hook, and Carl TZ finds the Retribution. Edward on the back line. That's a stolen for the airstrike as the Bloody Hunt comes down onto Edward to lock him down. Sanford finding Wise, the flicker over. Edward picking up another. It's a 2 for 1 right now. Echo still equal though in terms of the trade because they secured the turtle.
I like how Blacklist played that fight just now because even though they were focusing on the turtle, they kind of understood that it's not 100%. It's not even 50-50. It was kind of a 60-40 at that point. So they tried to find the alternate win condition around the turtle, which is try to get a little bit more kills. So they were willing to expand a lot of their resources there. Looking at the items right now, really not a lot of power spikes just yet. The Beatrix here, piloted by OHEB, understands that there is a chance he's going to get attacked, and right now, Carl Tease is getting attacked.
He is the frontliner though, so he's happy taking that damage in. Haji is going to be the one losing a whole lot of HP from Sanji. Venus does too, and now that mid control is for Echo.
And you're seeing here the difference between Haji and Sanji, a Valentina and a Farsa. It seems like now, when the ult is ready on Sanji, he's just willing to pull it out and then force Haji to respond. It's all about timing. It's all about engagement.
Oh.
And Yaoi, did he do it? No, the Filipino sniper still confirms the gold crab.
That was an insane calculation, man. An insane micro play by OHEB, right? He knows exactly how it was going to go down. Even with the snipes there.
I gotta say, in my head, he was holding his breath and like,
Yeah.
1, 2, pump, just get it. And I just want to touch a little bit about the emblems because in terms of scaling, I kind of feel like Blacklist, they have an advantage because OHEB is using a marksman emblem compared to Benny Cutie using the assassin emblem. He's going to have a lot of damage, but still, in terms of scaling, Blacklist, they have it in the bag, and now looks like Echo, they're just going to push Blacklist away. Don't push too hard.
Oh, not an engagement that Echo wants to go for because, again, they spent a few ults there. Mind you, Yaoi still has the Bloody Hunt, still has a hook waiting on him. Benicudi as well, torn apart memory, goes for a pull, Numenor Blast charged up by the Queen, then as well by Carl Teasy.
And Carl Teasy is going to be able to spin him out. That's the Bloody Hunt, locking Edward down. Edward taking low, but still able to survive for now. Torn apart memory popped in as Benny flickers forward to pick up the kill. Turtle over to Blacklist right now as Sanford jumps in with Swiss Split, bringing Venus back for the damage to come through once again. Sanji picking up. Yaoi almost finding the Iron Hook. That's demobilized. Haji pours the flicker out, and Echo will be able to take the better trade.
2-0. Turtle goes over to Blacklist, though, as well. It's actually Echo who took it. Wow, clear win now for the Orcas.
Yeah, clear win because they have a lot of birds in the early stages of the game because Wise being in the front line, he can CC them for a bit, and OHEB, that was lucky that he did not get hooked. And so far, OHEB will be fine. Looking at the items, player power spikes right now. Looking at Edward, he's not going to be tanking a lot, but he can do a lot of damage because of the Genius Wand. So as long as he can prolong the fight, he can really help himself out, as well as Haji. Speaking of which, Haji is using a scale kind of itemization, so he's not going to be too strong right now, but I would say in 8 minutes, he's really gonna power through Echo.
Yeah, and honestly, I do really want to talk about how Blacklist International are negating the bully potential from the Brody, right? Because earlier we saw the lane frozen by Benny Cutie in that lane. Wise instantly stopped by into the gold lane, even risking his life just to help OHEB clear it out. And this is what's going to get Blacklist to that item power spike for OHEB in the gold lane. The Beatrix has been farming very well, considering that he is in the losing matchup up against that Brody.
Yep, and we're just waiting for that to flourish. We're just waiting for that to get the payoff. Bottom lane, though, you see the XP laner just leaving constantly. Very good wave clear from both the Joy and the Blue Owl, the pull on Wise!
The Iron Hook, and that's going to be Bloody Hunt. Chain in, but that's just welcome as Edward jumps in with a lot of damage coming down. Sanji with the wings by wings, getting out. Numenor Blast and a feather airstrike stolen away by Haji with the IMU. Bennett's Rage, able to find the kill on the Sanford. Carl Teasy going to be gunned down. That's the Iron Hook to provide the peel necessary for Carl Teasy. It's a 1-for-1. The XP lane traded in for the jungler.
Wait, look at Benny Cutie, Benny Cutie.
Oh, watch out, Benny from the back line. OHEB hasn't spotted him yet. They're going for the turtle. There's the pull. Yaoi as well. Look at this. Prime positioning from the Echo squad. Oh, he's revealed. There's the hook.
Yeah, we missed it. Gonna be stunned up. Venus actually onto the turtle. Carl Teasy with a quarter of his HP bar. Oh, that's the feather airstrike prematurely popped in. Sanji's gonna be zoned away now, but Benny, again, this is the man that we're gonna be looking at. Wise, gonna be hooked down. That's the moment for Benny to jump in. That's the damage coming through the turnaround memory as well. To take the turtle and to take OHEB. Carl Teasy with a Deathless welcome. not going to be able to find it just yet. Sanford onto Venus, bringing him back. Luna Blast to be popped in, but he's not going to be able to get charged all the way. Edward, stunned up, suppressed. Bloody Hunt popped in. Yaoi going to fall to the hands of Edward as Sanford still wants to keep on going. Sanji rotating back into the mid lane. Why is going to be brought back? It's a pause here in the 7th minute of the game. Enable, but here we're going to be put in right into the team fight. Echo with, actually it's a pretty good trade now that I see it for Blacklist. Not that bad. Benny actually fell, but the airstrike though from Sanji in the mid lane, making it in favor of Echo.
All right, something transpired in between the time we resumed and paused in. But for now, real quick, folks, Blacklist forcing out a push up top. Buff still secured per side. And we're looking at a possible kill on Edward.
Nope. That's Edward for you. Gets out in relative ease again, right? Echo trying pressure, but now it's just for Blacklist International to punish in the goal, well, in the other side of the map, which is going to be the XP lane. They even tried to deny as much as possible from Benny, forced to use the torn apart memory to get those last hits.
This is the world stage, so I'm allowed to be a little bit more critical looking at the way that the game is transpiring.
We just spoke about this. Yaoi versus Venus, and Yaoi is going to be able to find that iron hook. Connecting onto Wise, bringing it back under the tier 1, and that's everyone collapsing. Benny with a torn apart memory back up on that cooldown is going to be able to secure it. Feather airstrike now on to Haji and Oheb. Haji going to be stunned up, has the Feather airstrike, but both teams disengage.
King and the Queen in a flash goes out. I mean, Edward able to make the most of a bad situation, but LaFell, what does this mean?
First of all, I just want to say I'm so glad I was interrupted because I was about to say Blacklist was actually looking pretty good because Oheb is going to scale up and Yaoi's not hitting the hooks, but never mind. Yaoi got a very crucial hook, and the thing is, this is the time where Benny Cutie, I would say, is almost at his max because he already has his Blade of Despair as well as the Fury Hammer. Enough penetration, enough raw damage. This is the time you force the fight. This is not about waiting. If you see an opportunity, just go for it.
And it looks like Blacklist has already found their window. Haji pulling out Sanford, Carl TZ losing the pull battle against Wise. Blacklist have a small favorable position over the Lord. It's closer to the south, closer to Wise. If they spot on Venus, Yaoi throws out a hook. And the Lord dance continues.
It's a very slow Lord dance. It's a macro-centric play here. Mid-control. Steel fought for, and that's going to conceal though. Yeah, we're going to be able to find Haji Bloody Hunt as well. That's the damage coming through, and a turn apart memory finds its mark. The Venom Rage to follow it through. Yeah, we're going to be taken down. Sanford jumps into a split. Venus putting them on blast, stunning him up right now. Skull TZ going to be taunted up. Kind of airstrike to the back line. Oh, it's going to be caught. Wise now with the Appraiser's Wrath. Still able to sustain for a bit as Sanford still on that split. He jumps back away. Venus thinking low. That's going to be Benny dealing out of damage. Now with a turn apart memory. Benny QT with a flicker forward again. Styling on Blacklist International.
That team fight could not have been better for Echo. 4 down, no clap back from Blacklist, and Echo now making a beeline straight for this Elemental Lord.
Okay, now Edward coming in, not going to be able to steal. But yeah, in this game, objectives are important. And Sanford, he's going to get chased. Will he actually get down? Yaoi stops the progression of Edward. And as I'm saying, objectives are very important, but it doesn't have to be the turrets. It doesn't have to be the Lord kills our objectives as well. And again, Echo, their draft, they have a lot of big potential. So they're really using their draft to the finest. I like the way that they approached it. Don't fight the Lord. Kill them first.
And they did. They found bodies, pushed them all the way behind tier 2 down bottom. And it's putting Oh My Venus, who just hit the ranked first one, average assist 10.4 per game here in M4, into a weird position. When do I use Numenor Blast? When do I protect my teammates? When do I find a proactive spot, a window for us to clap back? And it's looking harder and harder by the minute. Echo pushes mid tier 1, and now they're threatening tier 2 as well. Watch Sanji, he's concealed.
Yeah, and he pops in the Feather Airstrike, zoning Oheb away as Edward jumps in closer. Sanji with the Wings by Wings, getting out. Feather Airstrike being popped, Sanji flickers out. Carl TZ finding the Detonus welcome onto Wise, gonna be stunned up again. No, blast out from Venus out of nowhere. Sanford still in the front lines. Benny QT dealing with damage right now as Edward's gonna be able to jump into the back line, but the Bloody Hunt catches Edward, and a torn apart memory silences him, takes him down. Sanji with the Wings by Wings. Oheb gonna be taken low, forced to flicker out by Yaoi, and Sanford flicker forward. Now Echo still on the march with the Feather Airstrike taking Venus down. Haji is all alone, terrifying Yaoi. still able to survive with Iron Hook. Connects again, and Echo have wiped out Blacklist International. They're looking for the end. No minions on the board. They're forced to back away.
5 for 1 plus 2 major objectives pushed in by the Orcas. This is both discipline and ruthlessness. Lafel, where'd they pull this from?
First of all, I gotta say, there's a reason why Franco is the most banned hero for Blacklist International. I kind of feel like going to the next game, it has to be put into contention. Now, Blacklist, how this really happens is because Echo always finds a way to actually dish out damage onto Oheb, because every single fight, look at where Oheb is positioning. It's not that his positioning bad, it's just that he has to constantly run away. He has to run away from Benny Cutie, he has to run away from Sanji, from Sanford, from Yaoi. There's so many ways he can get caught, and it's so hard to micromanage all of it, especially when Echo, the way that they attack, sometimes Oheb doesn't see it coming.
It sounds like Blacklist has been overloaded by Burst and also a good amount of CC. And those two things are lethal against a lineup like Blacklist, against the Ube strat. And they just can't pull it off here as Benny Cutie forces a push up top. And that's a clean tier 2 tower take, gonna help open up this Luminous Lord for Echo. Now 8K ahead at 13 minutes.
That's insane. And on top of that, Benny's on a hero like the Brody, who snowballs like an absolute monster. And you can see here, this is the play by Blacklist International. They still want to contest. Lord taken to half HP. Carl TZ still on it. This is the Lord dance. As the mid lane pressure will be popped in from Echo. 8,000 gold lead. The feather airstrike will be popped in. The zone of the members away. Carl TZ with the left as well, combining it. Haji stealing. For the airstrike again. The better spray. Down to the now blast. Why steals it away? Yaoi got the money hunt, but it's all for naught. Set all alone. Yaoi's gonna be gunned down.
The world stage. He takes game 2 away from Blacklist International.
I just gotta say, man, the way they set up the entire map, they're setting up for a checkmate. And then Benny Cutie is like, I don't care about pawns, I don't even care about queen. I'm going for the king, and that is the crystal there right now. 2-0 Echo over Blacklist International.
What is this man made of? Oh my god, how many times has he found this play?
The storm, the typhoon, the hurricane, Bagyong Benny, born and bred to split lanes and take games.
Wow.
The shot calling, though, that was needed to make that play happen.
I mean, again, it looks like Echo is not just they understand the draft, they just understand Blacklist in general. You guys want to clump up together, go ahead.